Yeah. Oh yeah, the shout outs. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make some. I'm probably gonna go back in and record, like go to Patreon and actually answer some questions in real time on this video. So this part will all be edited out. Patreon, here it is. The shout outs. I told you I was gonna do it. Here it is. Gonna throw this into the video. A little extra work. You're totally worth it. Okay, let's see. So I got some new patrons, okay? Ian Stoker, new. Colin just upped his pledge again. Thank you, CK. Appreciate it, bro. Colin Kirby, my man. Email Grahovac, $1, bro. Thank you very much, man. Let's see. So we got new patrons as of June. I might be mentioning some of you guys twice, but that's okay. Martin Finch, thank you, bro. Darren Ward is on board. Jerry Zafratos, coach, my man. Thanks, bro. Upped his pledge to $5. Thanks, coach, man. Appreciate you. Mario Lima, Randall Jones, Guido Marunga. Theo Burke is back. Thank you, Theo. I was worried. I was like, what did I do, man? We should talk about Theo. Great poet, man. Great poet, great writer, great reviewer. If he says something about a book or whatever, you should listen, man. Theo's a smart cat, man. And you my brother, bro. You my brother, and you know what I'm talking about, bro. Remember when I called you from the back of the van in Indianapolis, freezing my ass off at 2 a.m. with the dope man after me? I know you do. All right, Michael Wand, my man. Ron Schneck, thank you. Christy Birch. All right, Christy, my Idaho girl. What's happening? Pablo, thank you. Play $5 from Brick Marlin, my man. Artemis Lynn Music, thank you. $1 pledged. Earl Ellsworth. Jorge Barrientos, gracias, mi hermano, I appreciate you, bro. Jessica Eck, Steve Heron, Belas East, thank you. Christopher Henderson, thank you. Oh, we lost one. I'm not even going to say who it is. You know what I could say, right? Because if I say that, that's going to make you not want to delete your pledges. But watch the video, right? I talk about the deleted pledges in a good way, right? So, you know, I'm not against deleting a pledge, but I don't think I'm going to announce the deleted pledges. Maybe that'll change. We'll see what's up. Stephen Dumont, Mauricio Luis, Ian Ramsey, thank you, bro. All right, and then I got some edits. We got, oh man, my man STFRCS, bro. You gotta tell me your real name. That's your Instagram name too, right? I still don't know your real name, bro. He upped his pledge. Thank you, bro. Starufus. Gene Lambert, thank you, bro. David Brown. Oh, we got one more deleted one. Should I say who it is? No, not this time. I'm in too good of a mood today. Attila Ballas. And another one deleted. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to go check my messages and see if there's any that I can answer in public. Let's go check it out. So where do you find messages again? Wait, let's go. Here we go. Go over here. And then where? Why can't I find them? Oh, here we go. Right here. All right. Let's see. Oh boy. Have I got a lot of them? I got a lot of them. Oh no, not too bad. All right, this one looks like I can handle it. Okay, this is from Guillermo or Guillerme. Guilherme. Sorry, bro, I'm massacring your name. Guilherme. Guilherme. First, let me thank you for sharing us your talent and knowledge. I've watched all your YouTube instructional videos and would like you to know that they are priceless, both in terms of technical stuff as well as your life experience. Thank you, bro. That's very nice of you to say. Have you really watched all of them? If so, I'm sorry for you. Oh, wait. I just clicked off the message. Let me go back to it. Okay. This is an overwhelming amount. Oh, wait. However, if I intended to explore the full possibilities of modal improvisation, I believe I'd have to be able to quickly shift from a major pentatonic in second position in the 1 chord, then to first position in the chord 4, then to third position in chord 5. Also, for each of them, I would have to memorize the arpeggio notes for better results. Firstly, in a major blues, I could add the minor pentatonic scale for each chord, which greatly enhances the improvisational possibilities. Okay, so everything that you're saying right there, some of you guys might think this is French, but this is for Guillaume. That's right on the money. Now, I have a video, and I know you said you watched all of them. It's kind of on this, okay? And you might have seen this one, but it's about 3 easy modes on one harmonica, and it's over a blues, and it's exactly what you're talking about here. So I think you already know that stuff because you kind of wrote out what the video is about. Except it's not really major pentatonic on the one chord as much as it's mixolydian. Of course, you could play major pentatonic because a major pentatonic is inside the mixolydian. All right, guys, I know some of you guys think I'm speaking French, but again, I'm dealing with Guillaume. All right, let's see what else he's talking about. Finally, in a major blues, I could add the minor pentatonic. Yeah, you could, absolutely. This is an overwhelming amount which I clearly cannot assimilate while playing. Could you please suggest a simpler, more feasible path for me? Sure. Pick one scale and try it over all of them. When you get sick of that, you'll add another one, Guillermo. Man, one damn scale works over all of it. One arpeggio per chord. One arpeggio per few chords works. Find the notes that work for each. Look, man, it's an open-tuned instrument, brother. Okay? Brother, sound like Macho Man or Hulk Hogan, brother. Right, it's an open-tuned instrument, bro. It's gonna work up and down no matter what. It's easy to overthink this stuff. To watch these videos that I make, I say, do this here, do that here, do this here. Look, they're just suggestions. It's really to get you not doing everything. That's why I'm giving you one thing, and I'm telling you to do just this one thing, is so that you don't try to do everything, right? Now, like, I understand that your brain is advanced, clearly, bro. I mean, you clearly have a way better understanding of this than I think you think. When you say I cannot assimilate while playing, well, maybe not yet, but you already are. You can assimilate it in text clearly that I can understand it, bro. You're doing great. Whoever you are, Guillermo, you're doing great. Instinctively, I feel that the best way would be to stick with only 1 2-note scales through the whole improvisation. That's what I just said. Minor pentatonic and a minor blues and major plus minor. Well, your instincts are right on the money. And highlight only 1 or 2 of the arpeggio notes from the major and minor pentatonic scales on each chord 5 and 4, and then I reach these chords. But I do not know whether this is, but bro, you just answered the question after I answered it. See, this is why it's good that I'm reading this in real time. Guillermo, I'm going to link this video to this message so that you see that. All right. Bro, I greatly appreciate your thoughts on this matter. What strategy do I have in mind? The same one that you do. Instinctively, I feel the best way would be to stick with only 1 or 2 scales throughout the whole improvisation. That's a great start. You'll put more in when you feel like it, when you're ready to assimilate. But bro, you have assimilated a lot. You are really getting it. Okay, next email. Really quick. Hey, Jason, I thought, maybe I shouldn't read this. Let's get to the video. I'm about to smoke a cigar on the porch and pontificate on some stuff. I hope you enjoy it. I look better now than I did then. I got up and kind of like, did my hair and shit, which means putting a band around it. Love y'all. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey, what's up, Patreon? It's been a minute. Sorry I haven't been posting as much. Things have been pretty crazy in a good way. Just lots of students stacked up since after Jazz Fest, and then now a lot of mixed kind of work where I'm playing at night and teaching in the day. Today I'm going into the studio. Some starting to get on planes again and fly places and play and then come home and have to teach and then make videos and then try to call the agent and then try to be a good husband to Kate and a good friend and a good sober cat. And sometimes it gets overwhelming. And but it's okay. I'm it's gonna be a great day, right? I'm here today, and life is more beautiful and exciting than ever. There's so many new Patreons just joined, Patreon people. I'm going to give a shout out. I don't know what kind of... That's a giant vacuum truck. A vacuum truck. I've never seen a truck that was a vacuum. It's a giant vacuum truck. That's awesome. I got that vacuum truck. But, yeah, so like, where was I before the vacuum truck? It's like really early in the morning. I gotta go to record. I never get up this early. I got up at like 6:30 a.m. and this is like the earliest for me. I usually work until like 11 o'clock at night. I'll start working at 11 or 12 in the daytime, and I'll usually finish at 11 or 12 at night. I'll work the whole day, teaching and doing stuff and everything, like making little memes, creating events, emailing the webmaster, talking to the agent, talking to the manager, talking to y'all, making YouTube videos, right? Trying to practice. Imagine that, right? That's nice when that happens. But right now I was out here enjoying a cigar, and I was actually talking to one of the Patreon patrons that I met through here online. Yeah, you guys feel free to like hit me up like with questions and stuff like that. Just be patient with like when I answer them or don't answer, or how long it takes me to answer them. And it's okay to like remind me. It's okay to write me like 2 or 3 times. Just don't get pissed if I don't respond right away. Right? Like I don't care if like you're like, hey asshole, that's like my 5th one, right? As long as you're joking, right? Like I don't mind. Like I'll go, oh shit, man, I'm so sorry, bro. I got you, bro. Or, I got you, girl. Whatever it is, I'll write back. It's just like sometimes like I see something and I go, oh, awesome. I'm gonna write back to that person, and then something happens. Like I get a phone call, or I'm in the middle of a lesson and it's like a notification that pops up, and I go, oh yeah, after this lesson I'll do that. And then as soon as the lesson ends, something else happens, and I forget. And then it's like 2 in the morning, and I remember that I didn't do it, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it in the morning, and then I don't. Okay, I forget again. This is one of my favorite cigars right here. Anybody out there that's like new to cigars, this is a $4 cigar. So by cigar standards, that's very cheap. It's called a Charter Oak. It's kind of a unique cigar. Okay, well it's what's called a Connecticut wrapper. That's these light brown ones. Okay, and they're seeds from Connecticut. Most of the time they're grown in Ecuador or other places. They grow them in Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Cuba, everywhere. Okay, but like this cigar the wrapper was actually grown in Connecticut, which is not all that rare, but it's not as common. It's usually Ecuador. The wrapper is a Sumatra seed wrapper. And that was grown in Nicaragua. So it's a little peppery on the wrapper right now, because Connecticut cigars are mild. They're very mild. That's why I'm smoking it in the morning. Right? Like, this is not a cigar I would smoke in the evening or after I've had something to eat. This is a cigar that I will enjoy. And now normally I take my coffee black. But when I'm smoking in Connecticut, I'm almost out of coffee, I use cream. I'm actually using Twinkie flavored cream here today. Not the most diet-friendly substance, but life is about enjoying. It's about enjoying things, right? I've given up the hard drugs and the alcohol, and I work hard. You just got done explaining to you how hard I work. So a little Twinkie flavored cream in my coffee is not going to kill me. And if it kills me a day or 2 earlier, I can say I really enjoyed that Connecticut cigar paired with that Twinkie coffee. This is a lot more. I know you didn't come here for cigar talk. The filler, cigar has 3 parts: wrapper, binder, filler. The filler is Nicaraguan. Nicaraguan tobacco is generally a little more peppery than other regions. Some people like that. I, for one, do. However, I prefer Nicaraguan tobacco grown in the Yalapa Valley for most seeds. Anyway, I find it to be a tad sweeter. It still has the pepper. It has the sweetness to it. It's just a little north of the Steli where most of the stuff is grown. Anyway, enough cigar talk. So yeah, new video coming out on Friday. I think it's a good video. I'll be straight with you guys. You guys are my Patreon guys. I think I was a little overworked when I made it. It's like 30 minutes long, so it's a huge video. So there's not a lot of editing. So it's not as fancy as my other videos. There's plenty of tab in it and stuff. Basically, I'm just going over scales, like how different scales sound different. And there's tons of links underneath that show like other videos of mine of how to do these scales, you know. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to make another video today for next Free Friday because I'm gonna be in Germany and I don't know what Friday's gonna be like for me workload wise, and also I don't know what the internet's gonna be like. Yeah, did I mention that I'm flying to Germany on Sunday for that big harmonica thing? And I got all kinds of preparation to do for that. I haven't even started doing it. But anyway, Kate's been helping me out a little bit. That's nice. And you guys have helped me out a lot. I mean, Patreon is a game changer for me. It's a game changer. And it blows my mind, like the amount of extra freedom that I have because you guys do this. And that's why I don't take these Free Fridays lightly at all, right? I don't know. You know, well, a lot of people have been talking to me like, you know, Tomlin and Ronnie and these guys about creating a bigger paywall over here. And, you know, maybe not putting the videos on YouTube every Friday, but just putting them here and charging more money here. I don't know what I think of that. Like, those guys seem to think I'll do better that way and stuff, but I don't know. I like everybody being able to have them and stuff, but like, it does surprise me, and I don't mean this to like make people feel guilty, but it does surprise me like when people cancel $1 a month subscription to Patreon. Now look, I understand because there's been months recently, like, and before recently, my whole life, there's been months where at the first of the month, I didn't have a dollar in the bank. And then I got charged for something I signed up for, Netflix or something, for $10 a month or whatever, and my bank was overdrawn. Now that I understand. If that happens to you and you cancel my Patreon, you're doing the right thing. You definitely shouldn't be on here. And that's why I want the videos to be fucking free. Pardon my language. I want that person that doesn't have the $1 a month to still be able to see the video. I don't want people that have $10 or $15 or $20 a month to be the only ones that see the video. And then I also don't want the videos to have to be the most profound, magical, beautiful experience that you've ever had because you feel like you paid a ton of money for it. Right? I want that shit to be relaxed. And I want to be able to do a video on Friday about whatever it is I want to talk about. Yeah. Thank you, Patreon therapists. You guys are fucking fantastic.
Oh man, pardon my language today. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm not normally cussing this much, but I'm having a great time right now talking to you guys. And it's been a while since I've had a Connecticut smoke. You know, they're so mild that you like, sometimes when you get into these, you know, full-bodied, strong cigars, it's really easy to think, like, oh, that's what I want, right? You know, that big experience. But man, sometimes we need some subtlety. Sometimes we need some subtlety. A little nuance, some complexity. You don't inhale. You can blow it out your nose without inhaling. It's called a retrohale. It's a geeky word, geeky cigar word. Anyway, oh man, speaking of YouTube, right, and speaking of cigars, let me tell you something personally that's happening to me. I think I've mentioned before, brother Lee Mack 912. He's my favorite cigar reviewer. He's not a cigar reviewer, guys. That's not, I mean, he does do that. That's the subject of every video, is some cigar that he's going to talk about. But that's not what he really talks about. He talks about life. And he talks about how we are as people, how he is, how we deal with things. It's like I'm doing now with y'all. And Lee Mack, I'm getting emotional right now. Lee Mack has changed my life, guys. Has changed my life. And they're deleting all of his videos from YouTube because they have cigars in them. And it's a legal product, right? And meanwhile, they're leaving up videos about alcohol and leaving up videos about illegal drugs. You know, you can watch videos of people trying crack on YouTube, and yet they're getting rid of cigars. Cigars increase your chance of cancer by exactly 2%, okay? Because you're not inhaling, all right? 2% increase chance. And they're deleting these videos because tobacco is such an unpopular product right now. Now, I would in no way condone or recommend that anybody smoke tobacco. However, that's a choice. And I believe people should be able to make choices. The amount of relaxation, the amount of nature that I take in, I have learned more about birds since I've become an avid cigar smoker than anybody could possibly imagine. Well, I'm sure, actually, you could imagine it. I've only learned a little bit about birds. Like, I don't know what that one is that's making that noise. There's one that makes this killer noise. It's like, chow, chow, chow. I call it a laser bird. And I haven't been able to see it. I just hear it. It's a laser bird, and he's in the mornings. He goes, chow, 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 chow. Let's see if we can get him to make the noise. Chow, 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 chow. Must have left. But one of my favorites that I get to see is the Blue Jays. Now, we have hawks, but the Blue Jays really, to me, are pretty fun. They got lots of attitude. Sometimes, if I can identify the bird, I will pull them up on YouTube and play their noises back at them, and you should see their little beaks and faces looking at me like, dude, what are you doing, bro? What's going on, right? Anyway, that's what I've gotten out of cigars. I get peace of mind, right? I get relaxation. It's a time for me to gauge what's my stress level. Like, how bad is it? How good is it? How enjoyable is life? And the answer is very, very enjoyable. Even my bad days are joyful, okay? From the inside, okay? That doesn't mean that I always feel that, but I know that. I know that this is a movie. This is part of a process. There are ups and downs, peaks and valleys. That's what I get from cigars. Could I get that without cigars? Sure. Okay? But I like it. I like it. You heard me talking about it, right? They're deleting it from YouTube. All the cigar channels, most of them have already been deleted. I think Lee Mack is still up, but he just made a video about how they're coming after him now. So he's going over to Rumble. All right. And, you know, he won't be able to do live feeds. He won't be able to do premieres. Won't be able to do all that cool stuff. But you know what? At least we'll still have Lee Mack. Anyway, the world's crazy right now. I really, really try, guys, to not get involved in that stuff. You know, for my own health, okay? It's not that I don't care about the issues going on in the world, right? You'll hear me write and talk about addiction, about things that matter to me, things that I know about, okay? But I'm not getting online and talking about the world's issues, okay? Because first of all, and I've said this before in my other videos, I'll tell you one thing I know. I don't know. I don't know the complexity of it. And I'll tell you, it's a lot more complex than we think it is. Okay? There's a lot more of this and that going on than we will ever know. You want to know how I know that? I'll tell you. Because I play harmonica. How do I know that from playing harmonica? Because I know the intricacies of the instrument. I know that the way that I hear an artist is different than the way that you do. I can tell that by the stuff that you guys write. I can tell people that hear stuff similar way to me, too. It's taken me 30 years to develop that, naturally, over time, by being a professional. In other words, this is all I do. This is all I think about. So if that's the case with what I do, right? That is certainly the case with what else is happening in the world, okay? Again, doesn't mean I don't have opinions on it. I do. But I keep them to myself. You know, it's a lot easier to be quiet than it is to say something brilliant. That's from my boy Crash, who wrote me that. He sent me a note that said that. It's a lot easier to shut up than it is to be brilliant. I also don't have the emotional bandwidth to engage in arguments on Facebook. That's why you see me mostly on Instagram. I post my gigs and stuff on Facebook. I post cigars on Instagram, right? Because people don't do weird shit there. Like, if I post cigars on Facebook, you're going to hear all kinds of nonsense. People are going to write me a bunch of dumb shit, and I'm going to have to try to explain and show them studies from Johns Hopkins, and they don't want to see it anyway. They already got their mind made up. They're mad, angry about whatever. Right, man? That's cool, man. You know, it's a luxury. It's a luxury to be able to get angry about that shit. I can't, man. I got bigger fish to fry. Who's that fish? Me. I'm the one that got problems. I don't do drugs. I don't do alcohol. I'm monogamous with my wife. Does that make me a good person? Hell no. It's just a good start of me acting like a normal cat. What makes me a good person? My willingness to not know. To admit that I don't know. Okay? One of the things that was bothering me a lot lately, online, and I'm not a religious person, but I'm a spiritual person, and a lot of you know that my particular belief system is of the Christian faith, okay? That's just for me. That's a system of things not associated with any one sect of Christianity, not Catholic, not Pentecostal, none of that, all right? I listen to Joyce Meyer, okay? I read the book, okay? Here's the thing, right? I just identify with that. It works for me psychologically. If Buddhism or Muslim or Judaism works for you, I will recognize that as somebody that has something that works for me. What is the working that is going on there? Let me tell you guys, this is what is going on. It is me admitting defeat on a daily basis. Because when I get what I want, Patreon, I'll tell you what happens. I want more of it, or I'm not happy with it. It's an endless cycle of trying to fill the flesh of this body. I am no longer interested in trying to do that because I've spent so many years trying to do that. When I ask God for His help and what He feels like is good for me, amazingly enough, and I just say He as a pronoun, right? Like, it could be anything, right? All right. I'm supposed to be waking up at this time. I'm not supposed to be halfway through a cigar discussing religion, spirituality, God, whatever. What bummed me out was all these people writing nasty things about prayer, right? It bummed me out because they're like, you know, thoughts and prayers are like masturbation or whatever. Well, okay, cool, I understand. But like, here's the thing. Some of my best actions came from sitting on my knees in the morning and going, and all of a sudden my buddy's name pops into my head and I recognize he's going into surgery this week. Maybe he needs a call. You know, all the time I think about, oh, somebody's going through a hard time right now. Maybe one of you. I think you all know who I'm talking about. Like, if I'm talking about you, you know who I'm talking about. And I'll write, oh, bro, you okay, man? And that thought enters my mind during prayer. Now, you can call that God, you can call that the subconscious, you can call that whatever you want, but that's what happens to me during prayer. But the most important thing that happens to me during prayer is I recognize that I am not in control, okay? I am in control of myself, of my own actions, all right, that I can ask for help for God from, because sometimes I do shit and I don't know why I do it, right? So I ask for help in those cases, but mostly I'm in control of myself. But I am not in control of what happens out of this world. But one thing I do believe strongly, guys, all y'all, is if you take care of you, this world becomes a better place, right? I'm talking about some Michael Jackson shit, not the pedophilia. I'm talking about the man in the mirror thing. And hey, what do I even know about that? Nothing. That's what I know about that. Nothing. I don't know. I can watch a documentary and think I know. I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't there with Mike. Now, if I was, and I told you all about it, I would expect you to believe me. Anyway, look, let me quote my favorite Rick Esther line. I'm fairly comfortable going to sleep at night knowing there's a fair deal of hypocrisy in everything I do. Love y'all, Patreon. This has been fun. Thank you. Sorry, no harmonica next.